Hi everyone, this is Dao Chai. I'm at the University Library right now. If you guys hear students in the background talking, excuse them, sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to be looking at Oracle, creating journal entries. So let's go. Okay, so a little inspiration from Wilson Carnardi. So to be the best, you must be able to handle the worst. All right, let's go. Okay, so capturing journal transactions, right? So manual. So we're going to talk about ledger currency, foreign currency, reversing journal, intercompany, and copying. Okay, so let's take a look at the various ways that we could do that in the journal ledger. Right, there's a number of ways to create journals in the ledger. So most of the journal that we're going to see are probably the ones that you import from your subledger. However, you may need to correct an error, reclassify accounts, balances, or create manual accrual, and that when you're using a manual journal. So manual journals can be in your ledger currency, which is called your function currency, but you can also enter journals in a foreign currency. You might enter manual journals to reverse another journal, and you can also enter a manual intra-company journal and copy journals. Okay. All right. So spreadsheets, right? Standard journals and recurring journals. So using spreadsheet integration, you can enter your journals in a spreadsheet. Using this method, you can create a standard journal or even recurring journals to save you time. Spreadsheets are created as a template for the recurring entries, and all that needs to be done each month is to update the date and upload into your GL. Okay, so imports, right? So Oracle subledgers and non-applications, right? Non-Oracle applications. So you can import journals from our subledger, right? And we use something called subledger accounting to create the accounting entries from those transactions and transfer them as journals to the GL. And we could also import journals from a non-Oracle application. And then automatic journals, the automating, so the automating process, right? Automating the process not only save you time and avoid data error, data entry errors. So we could generate allocation journals to allocate our rental costs over a department, maybe like based on the floor area occupied by each department, for example. You create your allocation and then each month generate it to automatically create the journal and then post it in the general ledger. And then to define journal like reversal criteria settings for specific journal categories to automatically create reversal journal entries. This is something like an accrued category that is automatically reversed each period. So this allows schedules or manual submit that auto reverse process. So this process will create journal entries when it reverse journals that matches the criteria that use specified in the criteria setting. Okay, so the automatic journal, right? So we could allocate, reverse the criteria setting, uh, reallocation, reallocation, and balance transfers. Okay, so for reevaluation, we can define the definition to properly account for unauthorized gains and losses on currency exchange fluctuation. When running the re-evaluation, it will create a journal automatically if there is an exchange gains or loss to record. Okay, so the balance transfer, which allows copying data from a source ledger to a target ledger, and it will create a journal for that transfer. The balance transfer can be used to transfer data from a primary ledger to its balance level secondary ledger, or use them for the consolidation transfer. All right, so here's a summary, right? So we got the manual. All right, we do this manual. Then we see how our spreadsheet is, how we use our spreadsheets, and then we can import, and then we can do this transaction automatically, right? So those are the ways that we could capture journal transaction within the GL, and these are just some of the summaries for the entry functions and actions. All right, so like to create the journal, and we do that manually or in a spreadsheet, we can import them from our subledger or a non-Oracle application, but those journals might need to be approved, all right, before they get posted. If we're budget, right, if we're using budgetary control, we need need to fund the checks before posting, right? So we got to make sure we have funds for the journals. Once the approval has gone through, the funds have been checked, and then we could post it, which will update the balance. Right, so if anything that needs to be amended, you may need to reverse them in the entries, in the journal entries. Remember that this could be done for the accrue entry that needs to be reversed out. Okay, so remember that. And then those reversals would also have to be posted, and then once posted, you could do your inquiry and reporting. And so those are our journal entry functions. Okay, thank you.